Forecast now with Ed Green.
Nothing's frigid when Corey's.
That's true. Yes.
Everything is nice. Sunshine came back to yesterday afternoon. It'll be around today and really through the weekend ahead. Just a few clouds here and there with a few systems that go close to us, but it doesn't look like we're going to see anything serious. So let's take a look at what we've got going on right now. And we do have that system off to the east of us. And look how close the snow still is over portions of Nebraska and Kansas. A few clouds over northeastern Colorado. And that is it for this storm in Colorado. Temperatures much cooler than we were at this time yesterday. Look at the single digits above and below zero. Kremling 11 below right now, 21 in Denver and Fort Collins. You can see this is the 24-hour temperature difference. We are 17 degrees colder in Denver than we were yesterday, 18 degrees colder in both Fort Collins and Buena Vista. So we look at sunny skies today at 45 degrees. Then for tomorrow, 52 degrees with lots of sunshine. More of the same on your Saturday, Sunday, bit cooler, 46 and partly cloudy skies. We'll see more of that on New Year's Day, 48 and partly cloudy skies. And we'll continue that with Tuesday's 45 degrees and partly cloudy skies. And let's go over to Erica right now. And Erica, you've been watching one thing pretty much all morning long.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And Sky 9 just got over it, Ed. So for any folks getting ready to travel on northbound I-25 in the area of Bellevue, that is the trouble spot that we are dealing with right now. We've got several lanes blocked off here. We're getting such a better view of it than from our CDOT camera. So this truck here has been part of the problem. It is still fully blocked off, likely going to be towed out of the way here. It's got some front end damage, but we are down to one lane. It looks like possibly two out here now. Far two right lanes open and moving, but it is starting to get really congested. Look at all these headlights coming toward us on that northbound side of I-25 in Bellevue. So this is really the only thing we're dealing with. Elsewhere is pretty quiet, but something to make note of right now. So this is our view of it in CDOT. Really got a much better look from Sky 9 there. 270 in Vasquez moving smoothly. I-70 in Steel Street is quiet. 225 in Colfax quiet as well. Quick check of the graphics. Green elsewhere, so nothing major to slow you down. As far as your travel goes, from Denver to Boulder on westbound Highway 36, it is looking fantastic. 17-minute ride.
Erica, thank you. Colorado Republican Representative Lauren Boebert says she is switching congressional districts in this next election cycle. She's planning to run in the district representing Douglas County, Loveland, and the Eastern Plains, hundreds of miles from her home on the western slope. There's no requirement to live in the district where you're running. Recently, Republicans have been concerned that Boebert couldn't win re-election in her home district because of her personal behavior, including lying about being thrown out of a theater in Denver for vaping, being belligerent, and groping with her date. Boebert says she feels like it's the right decision.
This is the right move for Colorado, for us. Since the first day I ran for public office, I promised I would do whatever it takes to stop the socialists and communists from taking over our country.
Boebert joins a crowded Republican primary to replace Congressman Ken Buck, who is leaving Congress at the end of the year. The winner of that GOP primary is almost certain to win the general election. And on top of that, Boebert abandoning her re-election race increases Republicans' chances to hold that seat as well.
Colorado's Republican Party is asking the U.S. Supreme Court to overrule the state Supreme Court decision to remove him from the primary ballot. Last week, Colorado's highest court found that the 14th Amendment, against insurrectionists in office applies to Trump. Trump has not appealed that decision so far. The petition from the Colorado GOP asks the U.S. Supreme Court to intervene. If the justices agree to hear the case by next Thursday, Trump's name will stay on the ballot. Now, if they don't, then his name will not be on the ballot because they have to be printed in time for the election.
Michigan's Supreme Court made a different decision. They ruled Trump can be on their primary ballot. The court decided the 14th Amendment question is not for the state to answer. They never even reached the questions of whether Trump engaged in an insurrection. Minnesota's Supreme Court reached a similar conclusion last month. Maine's Secretary of State is expected to release her decision this week. All of these cases will likely head to the U.S. Supreme Court.
It is now 6:04 on your Thursday morning, and a woman accused of setting fire to Wyoming's only full-service abortion clinic last year will now have to pay nearly $300,000 in restitution. Lorna Green is serving 5 years in prison for setting the Wellspring Health Access in Casper on fire last year. The building was under renovation at the time, and the fire delayed its opening by almost a year. Green told investigators that the clinic was giving her anxiety and nightmares, so she decided to burn it. Green pleaded guilty to arson in June and in September received the minimum prison sentence. New laws in Wyoming seek to ban abortion in nearly all cases, including the first explicit ban on abortion pills in the U.S. Those new laws are on hold for now until a district judge rules on them.
Right now, the fight to stop deadly overdoses in the metro area is an uphill battle. Let's take a look at the numbers. So far this year, 507 people in Denver County have died from an overdose. Last year, that number was 453. That comes out to a 12% jump. Most of the deaths involved two substances, including fentanyl as one of them. Now there's a new class of drugs doctors are worried about. Doctors say they're even more potent than fentanyl.
Yeah, 9 News reporter Courtney Yoon joins us now. And Courtney, there has already been 2 deaths related to nitazines in Boulder.
Yeah, that's right, Jordan and Corey. Just as the Boulder County coroner says they've seen a decrease in fentanyl deaths, they're now seeing the emergence of these very potent substances called nitazines. Doctors say drug users may not have a second chance with nitazines, now being cut into all kinds of illicit drugs like heroin, cocaine, and methamphetamines. Nitazines are synthetic opioids first created in the 1950s, but never accepted by the FDA for any medical or veterinary use. Dr. Jeremy Dubin with Front Range Clinic says they're tremendously dangerous, 40 to 50 times more potent than fentanyl. He says nitazines are difficult to detect in the blood, and they don't know how long they last in the body. Nitazines also don't show up on test strips, so users cannot detect it themselves. Dr. Dubin says with the emergence of these substances in Colorado, it's more crucial than ever to carry the overdose antidote Narcan or naloxone. He wants people to know that it may take more than one dose to bring someone back.
We don't know how to test for this well yet. We don't know how it acts in the body, how long it stays in the body, and we're still trying to figure out which flavor of nitazine is worse than the others. Some folks are more tolerant to than others, and some folks they're not.
Dr. Dubin says they first started seeing nitazines emerge in 2019 on the East Coast. Since then, they've been found in the Midwest, the South, and now here in Colorado.
All right, Courtney, we appreciate your reporting. Thank you. The promising news, 8 more Colorado organizations are getting $4 million worth of grants to help with the opioid epidemic. Now, one of them is the Boys and Girls Club. The nonprofit will concentrate on prevention programming to help kids across the state. The state public health department plans to use funds to continue harm reduction in rural areas like stocking naloxone and sterile syringes. The Larimer County Sheriff's Office will use $600,000 to focus on the underlying problems that led to the opioid abuse and crime.
And one thing you want to know about the weather today is temperatures are going to be seasonal in the 40s to around 50 degrees. Lots of sunshine to go along with it. And tomorrow, even warmer. We'll be in the low to mid 50s and keep the sunny skies around.
Ed, thank you. Sky 9 is over that northbound I-25 Bellevue crash we've been following from CDOT. We're now getting a look at, really better look at what is going on here. So there's that one vehicle in the far left shoulder. It looks like it possibly caught fire. It looks like it has some serious front end damage there. And then that box truck, that's the only one we could see from CDOT earlier. There's some sort of spill in the road as well. Investigators have been looking inside of that car trying to determine what exactly happened here. Crews are still blocking all but those 2 far right lanes in this area, so it is beginning to cause a little bit of a slowdown if you're going to be driving this way soon.